Hello and welcome, my pelican snorting chocolate chip minis. It's SJB here, and we're playing some Chimps today! Using only the worst, the most hated, the most disgusting towers in BTD6, all combined together in one evil, evil game. The Ice Tower and the Glue Gunner. I'm sure you guys have seen by now that by far the most hated towers in the game are the Ice Tower and the Glue Gunner. I don't want to call it for obvious reasons, but for fairly well-recognized reasons. The Ice Tower is very difficult to use, and the Glue Gunner is really weird to use because glue doesn't really stack all that well. I think that's the main reason why it doesn't work the way we want it to. Stacking glue sucks. Once you pop down a amazing balloon solver, as soon as you overwhelm it with a glue hose, you just lost all of your popping power, which sucks. Or if you get a Moab glue and then all of a sudden you balloon solve that, you waste all that Moab glue action. It's just disgusting to watch that occur. You could still make it kind of work by putting glues like in different parts of the map and somehow making them still do their job okay. Wonderful. But it just sucks to use sometimes, especially in combination with each other. So here we go, we're using Pat Fusty today, I believe. If this is a failure by any means, we will be swapping Pat Fusty out for a different hero to see if we can get them started a little bit better in here. But we're using Pat Fusty, we're going to put him on the water. Yeah, some people know that Pat Fusty can go in water. Some people don't know. What's weird about Pat Fusty is he can be put on water, not water, or even in between water and non-water, which is really goofy and fun as a hero. But yeah, he floats. He's so big and fluffy. So getting started in here is actually not that difficult, but I think there's going to be some really, really crazy things happening. Oh my gosh. Some crazy things happening fairly soon that we're going to have to really plan accordingly for. Now, I'll admit that this ice tower right in the middle here is kind of garbage, and I kind of regret my decision a little bit here. I probably could have put him, you know what, I'm going to restart. Alright, we are back in action here. I did restart. I was able to get my ice tower a little bit further over while still beating the early rounds, which is the most difficult part of it all. Just rounds 6, 7, and 8. While you have very little money going on, ice towers are not exactly the best starting tower. Like, you can only build one for a couple rounds. And you can't just build a hero or build a dart monkey or something like that. We're stuck with what we've got here. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to go for a permafrosting, refreezing ice tower for now. It's kind of a weird one for most people for early game here. You know, a lot of people love enhanced freeze and everything because it's going to be pretty much constant, consistent ice tower damage. But we need to prepare for the late game here, and that means we need to prepare for DDTs. And this guy's going to eventually be an Icicle Impale, I believe. That means I do need to go with this cold snap that allows me to pop camo balloons and lead balloons and all that nonsense as well. So, believe it or not, though, I believe the hardest part for us is actually going to be coming up fairly soon. So I'm going to be doing something sort of goofy here that doesn't seem like it makes that much sense, but I think long-term it will make sense. We're using a glue gunner. We're putting him down here. This is a goofy spot, but again, we can't just prepare for what's going to happen on round 22 or 24 or 26. We need to prepare for what's going to happen on round 96, 98, 99, and 100. And all of those rounds around there are going to be very tricky if we mess anything up for our long-term game here. All right, let's hope that this is kind of annoying, I'll admit it. Watching Yellow Balloon just kind of flop through here, but we'll make it work for us. I need to go for a bigger globzing, glue splattering, glue hosing, and I think I'm going to go for the corrosive glue pretty soon too. Yeah, I think I need the corrosive glue as well, so let's just do that so we can not have like a random red balloon getting glued and taking forever to go through here. But, oh, and I also need to get Cold Snap here for round 24 for Shiznit. Cold Snap. Now we got our camo popping power. It's not beautiful, but it's good enough. It'll do. That'll do, Big. That'll do. And, again, a weird setup right now for us. I finally got corrosive glue at the very least. That's going to help us out a little bit. But this guy is going to go up to a glue hose, but believe it or not stop there. We need a glue strike. All right, now, this is probably something a lot of people aren't even thinking about right now. But for me, I am thinking about what round will be hard for a ice tower to pop camo balloons on. And right now, I don't have any alternative camo popping power. Pat doesn't have any cam protection whatsoever. Ice towers do, but they don't have any white frozen popping power. So there's only one way to pop white camo balloons. Did you guys figure it out yet? Glue strike. Probably also pull off a relentless glue if we really were being awesome about something, but I believe the glue strike is going to be more consistent and better. But the question is, can we afford a glue hose and a other and a glue strike before round 37. Right now, it's not looking good. I want to be straight with you guys. It's not looking good, and I might have to rebuild my strategy completely based on this one error slash mistake slash issue slash garbage that's all happening right here. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. But we're already almost to glue hose money. I really do have to hope that this camo popping power will last us through round 33 as well, though, because I cannot build anything else. Money is going to be tight, man. Extremely, extremely tight, to say the least. All right, come on. I just want to have this just so I have it. But the money coming in so slow. Luckily, 35 is a pretty good money round. 36 is a pretty good money round. And we got all the entirety of 37 to save up that money. But look at this. One red balloon trying to sneak through here. Not today, little red balloon. Not today. We shall pop thee. And pop thee oh so well we did. All right, so 37.80 in 3 rounds. I know the 30s are pretty good for money, but that's kind of scary. I mean, I guess I probably could have not bought the refreeze if I had to restart and save some money, but I think everything else is probably a necessity. Maybe I could somehow skip the extra range on this guy as well, but that's still only saving like $300 or so. So if we're really that close, we might have to try to replay this in some weird, goofy way. All right, still very sketchy. Looks like camo popping power is still coming in clutch. We need another $700 to make this happen. $600. Come on, little balloons. Give me that money. And not only that, but I need to wait for that ability to come up too, so it can't just be at the last second here. Oh my god. Oh, we get the money for it. Delicious. All right, buy a couple $100. Glue hose. Guess what? Glue hose is there, and we're going to corrosive glue that crap up the wazizzle. Whew. All right, so one of my biggest hurdles here is surprisingly done. I am not upset with how that went down. But now we need to get more other stuffs. And I think that's going to start us off with a cryo cannon. I think that's going to be our best play here. Moab popping power could be a little bit weak right now. I'm really hoping that Pat's going to be... Ooh, yeah, Pat's not going to be enough. Moab popping power, will he be? I don't really have anything else I could build, though. Icing, nothing really works with this thing. I could go for like a balloon dissolver. Might not be bad. I don't think I got the money for it. Let's see what happens with Pat. Yeah, let's see what happens with Pat. I'll spend my money. I'll get a cryo cannon for now. We're gonna use Pat's ability. We're gonna glue whatever this thing is. Pat, he's trying to do his best here. He's got a lot of smacks in him. Smack attacks. Come on, Pat. Smack attack. Oh, boy. And there it goes. It does get popped. A few white balloons trying to fly through here, but it does not matter. We take down the Moab with Pat alone. Beautiful. All right, I feel like this is not going to be smooth sailing through the 40s, but it's not going to be any major issues, so I'll see you guys at around 50 when we figure out what the next big hurdle is for us. So yeah, so far the 40s have been surprisingly easy. No big deals whatsoever. But that might start to change. Now, Pat should be a little stronger than he was on round 40. I don't know how many levels he went up, probably a couple. But now we have more stuff to deal with here. So even if we get Pat angry and everything, I mean, dealing with multiple Moabs at the same time on top of all this, I don't know if it's going to be possible. So, oh, dang, dude, look at that double smack attack from Pat. That was quite beautiful. So I guess my decision is, do I want to try to go for an Icicle Impale, which is only $12,000 away, but I still have to deal with all of the 50s. Ooh. And we got to deal with all these camo balloons. We're going to wait as long as we can. Camo whites slowly getting popped. And, oh my god, that's actually really good, dude. Glue strike is surprisingly amazing. I am honestly a little impressed with it. We're going to put Pat on strong for a little bit. We want to just attack the Moabs here. Holy crap. What the heck happened? I think the ice shards got that Moab, dude. That's the only thing that I can think of. But yeah, if I can, I think I would love to save it for an Icicle Impale. Alternatively, if we cannot beat these Moabs the way that I'm hoping that we're going to be able to beat these Moabs, we can easily go for a Bloon Solver or at least Bloon Liquefier for now, and that'll do a bunch of damage to the Moabs. It won't be like an instantaneous kill or anything like that. It'll still be a little bit of time to activate on that puppy, but it still will be enough that with Pat, we should be able to take them all down. Not too many major issues here. All right, Pat again coming in clutch with this Ice Glue combo. All right, he still does not have that camo detection, but these two guys, surprisingly, are pulling it together so far. All right, 53 looks like it's going down as well. And if we get this Icicle Impale early, Moabs will not be an issue for a long time. And then we can kind of just deal with the balloons kind of as time goes on, I guess. Just kind of goofy, but all right. Pat again, smack attack. 54 still going down. A couple balloons still left over, but it doesn't matter. Glue Gunner is cleaning them up, and I really am enjoying my Glue Gunner spot here. Not only is, like right now, it's not the best of the Glue Gunner spots. Like, of course, putting him over here would probably be better. But I like that it gives me some time for them to go around once before he's actually going to glue anything. That means whatever glue I use here will actually last a decent amount of time before it gets unglued by this puppy over here. All right, let's get Pat angry again for 55, and Icicle Impale is only a few steps away. It should be noted that camo balloons are not an automatic kill, by the way. They are still somewhat problematic, but luckily the glue strike, you don't need to use it all the time, so like we pretty much have it ready whenever we actually need it, which is pretty ideal for us. And this guy does all of the other camo popping power besides the camo whites, basically, so it does work out pretty well. This is pretty much a game changer for us. We were able to save up for the Icicle Impale in time. I was not expecting to have to do that, but I am glad that we're able to do that, like, for sure. I think this might help people understand and or stop underestimating the ice and glue. They can be annoying to use, but they are not bad towers. Specifically, Ninja Kiwi has noticed that people don't like it so much, so they have decided to make them more powerful to make up for it. Specifically, the Glue Gunner and the Middle Path Glue. They've buffed this thing like a million times so far, because they know that people don't like to use it, and they still just keep buffing it because people need to get used to the fact that it's actually good. But I get the annoyingness factor. Like, if something's annoying to use, even if it's good, you just don't want to go for it anyways. I understand that. But, you know, if you're a real professional over here, like SJB, where I rub that dust and dirt and gross, nasty dog saliva off my shoulder here, it is definitely possible to be very, very good with them. All right, so next up, what's the plan? Well, we've got a lot of options available to us, considering that we can go for 6 fifth-tier towers, and I already have one of them. I'm going to just be straight with you guys. Absolute Zero, probably going to be a necessity for us. $21,000 Super Brittle. I would like it, but I don't think it's going to help us out that much. We don't have that much extra random piercing damage or anything like that, so realistically, it's probably not going to be all that helpful for us. So, Super Brittle is probably not going to happen. Absolute Zero probably will happen, but that'll be like a late game-ish thing, most likely. So now we need to focus on the glue and how to use the glue effectively. And there's only 2 glue gunners to get, a Bloon Solver or a Super Glue. And this is where it gets funky, because I think for sure I need a Bloon Solver, but how do we get a Bloon Solver and a Super Glue next to each other without them causing absolute chaos to each other? Honestly, not very easily. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to leave the Bloon Solver here. Probably going to use a Super Glue over in this corner over here. And he's not going to be in a perfect spot, but he's going to be able to hit some of the Moabs here, slow him down next to my Icicle Impale, and an Icicle Impale with the Super Glue next to each other equals complete and utter stallage of any balloon whatsoever. That's if we could even afford the Super Glue by the time I'm actually going to need it. So, yeah, we could also just randomly spam more middle path glues or something like that. Like, just spam a bunch of glue strikes, stacking some extra damage over here, maybe. I don't know for sure, but we'll think about it. But for right now, I am pretty much sold on this Bloon Liquefier. All right, just guaranteed. We're going to go Bloon Liquefier. And then I'm going to go for the... I don't think that the amount of balloons is going to matter all that much, so I'm not going to think that the bigger globs is going to matter. I'm going to go for the stronger glue instead. I'd rather have that damage multiply over time. And for now, that's actually not going to be very good for a Bloon Liquefier, but once we get the Bloon Solver, it will matter a lot more. All right, so everybody knows 60s and 70s are generally pretty easy in the early 70s, so we'll see you guys back in a couple rounds when it gets more difficult. We had an inkling of trouble on round 76. For some idiotic reason, used my Glue Strike on round 75, and that led me to have a kind of open round 76. But I was able to micro through it after a couple tries. I didn't show it on screen because I just didn't think it was going to be hard. And now we're on 77, but we're about to get that Solver. So we went from popping like 2 balloons per shot or something like that, and now getting like 10 or whatever it is, so this should go pretty well. We do have to watch out. 78 does have more camo balloons in it than we're used to. So we're going to see how well this Icicle Impale Glue Strike combo is going to work. I'm going to assume it's still going to be quite easy, but I cannot guarantee that. I think I would like to get the Glue Storm probably as my next tower, because just having that emergency, like, hit that puppy, slow down Moabs, do everything together is going to be nice to have. All right, Glue Strike is active, and oh, that is beautiful to watch. But man, we might need a second Glue Strike or a quick Glue Storm, because that is not good amounts of camo protection, man. I can't think of what else I could get for camo balloons, though. Like glue, super glue, relentless glue. None of this stuff is going to do any sort of camo protection whatsoever. I think the only thing that I can do is that glue storm. All right, I think that's what we're doing. The good news is that the next, usually late game, the tough camo balloon rounds are going to involve DDTs. And luckily, the Icicle Impale is unbelievably good against DDTs because the way Icicle Impale works, it doesn't slow the balloons down on percentage. It slows them down to an exact value of speed. So if you ever notice, if there's like a random challenge or something like that, getting an Icicle Impale might not actually help you whatsoever at all because the balloons could be so slow that Icicle Impale doesn't slow anything down. That's why it's nice. DDTs seem to get slowed down seemingly way, way more than these other balloons because of that. And I mean, that's a cool thing to know, but that's why Icicle Impale is so gosh darn good. I know I'm really talking him up right now. I feel like I'm trying to sell the Icicle Impale to you guys. Like, oh, yeah, you gotta get this guy. He's so good. I mean, look at that tongue. Look at that tongue. I wish I could zoom in on that tongue. Zoom in on that tongue. Show you guys this deliciousness all unfold. So I got him on first for now. I think I'm going to swap him back to strong and hope that the glue gunner and everything is just going to clean up the rest. I'll leave him on first for sure. And then it's time. Glue Storm is up, and then we got to decide what we're going to do with the rest of our money. This is where it gets tricky. I believe that the best option is super glue, but I don't know that the best option is super glue, man. I really don't know. I got to admit, my team is actually pretty freaking sexy. Like, if they took off all of their clothes right now, I would be a very happy man. All right. That came out a little wrong. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say something along the lines of, this is a good team. A very good team. Glue is just nomming down them balloons. This guy's slowing them down. This guy's slowing them down even more. It's stunning them. It's absurd how much stunning power we have. And then it doesn't even matter how much popping power you have if you just have infinite stunning power, because eventually they'll just die. I know that sounds a little goofy as well, but it really is like the truth of it. At this point in the game, we might want to think about starting to use Pat's hugs a little bit, because again, even though it seems weird, it is working out. It's making me realize the hug strategy can actually be somewhat effective. When you get round 98 stuff coming out, it's like maybe not as effective, but still pretty gosh darn effective. But before I go too much further, I've got a lot of money saved up, and I have to decide now. Do I want that super glue or do I want something else? All right, we've already got 2 5th-tier glues. Do I want the 3rd 5th-tier glue or do I want to go for one of these two guys right here? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into sandbox mode really quickly. I'm gonna actually exit out of this once we beat this round. And I'm going to test something out really quick. I always do this, but this is really important when you have certain balloons that you know are going to be a major problem. My question is, does this Super Brittle do extra damage to the bad balloon? And does it help Pat Fusty do extra damage to the bad balloon? So I'm not going to use this ability here, but I'm going to wait for this guy to go all the way through. We're going to test it out one more time without an Icicle or a Super Brittle and see how much damage Pat does there. And then I'm going to just decide if that is worth it for me, because this is going to be the most problematic balloon of our entire game here. Besides round 6, round 100 is the most difficult. Definitely. All right, 2158, that's what we're going to leave it as, and let's retest. Nearly double. I believe that we are forced to go for this guy. There's no way around it. I needed a Super Brittle, and I was not expecting to do that. So one thing to note is I am fairly lucky that I did restart on round 15 or whatever, and I got to put my second ice tower inside of this little range right here, because without that, this would have been quite horrific. But with it, it's not bad at all, baby. So we're going to go for a quick embrittlement here, and then as far as the second upgrade goes, I think the larger radius... Oh, man. I think it could go either which way. It's weird that the embrittlement isn't attacking at all in this situation, but all right. And we got a good amount of range here. He did do some damage himself, but not a whole bunch. All right, we're going enhanced. I don't think the extra radius is going to give us that much extra damage on a bad balloon. It's already got a big footprint, so it shouldn't be that much of a difference. And then I guess we're going to deep freeze it, because why not? Last a little longer, maybe a little bit more damage from Pat Fusty or whatnot. All right. Again, not expecting to have to do that, but I think it's the best play, because unless round 98 is going to magically like wipe us out somewhere, this will be the better play for round 100. I think it's the better play long term. Sadly, for whatever reason, still not attacking when this guy's frozen the other balloons, so that's just goofing me up a little bit. Not a good combo with each other, evidently. That's okay. We'll get through it. We got the first DDTs coming out for around 90 here. Definitely going to have to glue storm them, I think. Though I believe that this would be an easy round 90. But once we get to bigger amounts of DDTs, that's when it can be a little more tricky, you know. Here we go. Round 90. Start us off strong. Don't forget, this is literally the only guy attacking them right now. And without any glue gunner help, no problem. We still take him down here. Well, actually, I take that back a little bit. Okay, we do take it down. That was a little scary there, man. I was not sure if they were going to regrow into like an infinite regrow farm or something like that, because that would be absolutely awful to deal with this guy with. Anyways, money is coming in quick, though, man. These 90s are good. And Super Brittle's going to be up any second now. Should help us out quite a bit once we get Super Brittle. I don't know how much exactly, but definitely can help us out. And I believe that the next thing I want to do is, instead of going for a super glue or anything, I think I want to get more random blue storms. It's not going to be a huge difference, but I think it'll be a difference. We're going to put them just right next to each other. All right, another big globs with corrosive glue. That's the plan, man. Don't wear it out. Now we're going to glue hose the crap out of everything. Round 93. This time we're going to glue just to see the difference. What's weird is the glue has... Oh, this guy's decamoizing. I kind of forgot that I could have done that with DDTs. I don't know why that eluded me, but decamoizing has allowed this glue to actually affect DDTs as well, which is almost a bad thing if we decided to go for Moab glue. So, I don't know, man. I'm a little lost, to be completely honest with you guys. Like, I could go any which way here, and I don't know the best option. It is kind of absurd to watch some of this thing. Like, this is just, like, bad to watch. Like, it's really not, like, we're doing bad at all, but it's not fun to watch. Oh, yeah, look at this glue. Good positioning, man. Smart positioning for me on this glue over here in this corner. Get him when we come in, and get him when they wrap around over here after they get glued by possibly this guy, which is not exactly a good thing for us to get glued. All right, what I'm going to do from now on is I'm actually going to spend $0 until we start to lose the game. And once we start to lose the game, then I will switch off what I'm doing. But for right now, it seems like things are going so gosh darn smooth. Why would you change anything, man? And then we can play around with our money because we do have Himps going, not Chimps. So for some reason, we can't beat round 100 with our current gameplay or our current setup. We can swap it around a little bit, mess with it, buy some different things, and see if we can make that happen a little easier for us. All right, round 96, and that's Glue Storm for us, but Glue Strike as well. And we're going to do some hugs here. Gets the Zomgus. Seems like hugs do very, very well with this infinite Stonage power. And we get a lot of extra abilities out of this as well when we do that. I mean, look at this. Woo! Holy crap. Though it does show how long this takes to do this stuff, man. Maybe that's another reason why people don't like icing glue, is that just straight popping power happens a lot quicker than having to deal with these ridiculous reinforced super ceramics, man. I mean, it takes forever to pop those things. All right, round 97 should get done pretty easily. We'll have 2 hugs from Pat. And then we got the big boys here, man. The big boys, 98 and 99. I'm not afraid of round 99. Mildly afraid of round 98. And very afraid of round 100. That's the best way I can explain it to you. All right, we get to save all of our abilities for round 98. Makes sense. And we're going to use some glues pretty much right away, I believe. As soon as we get in range of this guy, I guess, we're just going to start gluing things. Again, $18,000 here. Like, I could, even if it was ridiculous, afford a super glue probably for round 100. If I need to, like, last second super glue with DDTs or something, like, that might be possible. I don't know. All right, 98. This is beefy. Get that glue a-flowing. Get that pad angry. Get that glue strike a-flowing. And we're going to hug his Zomagod as well. Just get it out of the way here. And we're going to go glue strikes really quickly. It looks like this thing's still doing a great job here overall. Cleaning up all the balloons as soon as they get over there. A few Zomagods left, and we're just going to save all of our abilities. I think we're good. These are getting the furthest out of any of the balloons so far, but it still doesn't really matter too much. Even if the Moabs get... Oh, if they get to this guy, though, it's a little scarier. But nothing is wrapped around that last time here in a long time. Around 99, again, you're not going to use any abilities here. Just hope for the best. And look at that. DDTs go down so easy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Last round. $30,000 left over. Can we do it with ice and glue, my friends? I don't know. All right, so I don't think this does any damage here right away, but we're going to do it anyways. Let's see. Are we doing anything here? We did 3 pops, 6 pops. Is this guy doing anything here? 659? No, he does not affect this guy. Okay, that's interesting. All right, this guy's already doing some damage. You can see it does add up over time. We're going to go for a quick pat ability here right away. I could buy Pat Fusty ability levels as well if I'm really feeling it. $31,000, man. Another one of these guys. Another one of these guys. Just throw them out there. Ooh, this is not looking good. This guy's not even damaged yet. Oh, boy. All right, finally, first damage level's coming out, but he's already on his second wraparound here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This could be bad. All right, the last wraparound. And I don't have anybody who has infinite range or anything, so this is doing basically nothing here. I mean, like, 3 pops a frickin' second. That's nothing. That's kind of sad that I don't get anything out of this guy, though. Makes me a little sad about that. That's okay. I'll take my measly few pops here every once in a while. He's got a Band-Aid on him. The last wraparound. The last fight. Get this glue on him first. Oh, oh, no, he's not gluing it because this glue's on it. See what I mean by, like, the negativities, man? All right, we're going to go Pat's ability. Get this glue for the extra damage. Get ready to spam hug. Oh, no! And there it goes. The last set of damage just hit as he walked out the door. Good thing is we're playing Chimps, so we can retry the last round and see if we can pull off something absurd. It's not much, but it's something. This time around, I tried to get some extra Bloon liquefiers. They're getting a few hundred pops each. It doesn't feel like a big difference, but it is something. It looks like the last set of damage, I believe, has hit earlier this time around, which is good news. But it's probably not going to be enough here to stop the bad or pop it. And there it is. The bad is still going to sneak through, man. Oh, boy. Oh, it's so close. It's on the last damage thing here. Oh, it's getting Bloon dissolved, too. But I don't think it's going to be enough, man. Oh, and even if it is, popping DDTs after that thing pops out is just awful. Okay, this is actually reasonably, though not fully promising. I decided to go for more glues, basically, and I decided to not use this ability at all to keep this green glue on as much as we possibly can. And so far, it seems like it's doing a pretty good amount of damage. And we're at 500 pops for this puppy. We're at 100 pops for this guy. He's got over 1,000 pops. I mean, that's a big difference here in overall total popping power. Why is he not gluing it? Why is he not gluing it? Bro. Freaking glue it, bro! Is that a glitch or something? Why did that happen? What were you doing, Bloon Liquefier? What were you doing? All I can tell you is I did not like whatever this guy was doing. He's fired. He's absolutely fired. Alright. Okay, the last set of damage. Ooh. Baby. Oh, no. And it's still going to sneak through, I think. Did we at least pop it? Please tell me we at least popped it. If not, this might not be possible, bro. We didn't even pop it. And if this one doesn't work, I might have to call it. I've had, like, the most excellent glue plays of all time. But, it still might not be enough, folks. It's really sad that the glue storms are actually hurting my total popping power, though, because I've tried to use these guys, and there's the last bit of damage. Too late in the game for us to make any good amount of plays at this point. Umbrella! Umbrella damage! Go! Javelin him on the underbelly! Oh, bad blue. There's only so many times you could watch it go by without it even popping before you just gotta call it, bro. So I'm gonna go try one more try. That's my last try, and if that's the failed try, then that's what it is, my friends. That's what it is. And very, very close. He's about to get his last damage thing, I think. Yeah, there's the last damage bundle right there. But that is too close to the end for us to take him down. This bad has got to just sneak right through. And that's where I must call it, my friends. Ice and glue, at least today, a fail. But I will say that I think what I could do is I think I could try a different hero at some point, and I think I might be able to pull it off with a different hero, specifically one that's very good against bad balloons. So we might jump into that at some point and see if we can pull it off. I don't like ending in a failure, but for today it will. But for the future, who knows what it'll behold.